Set your place on fire. Let's get higher. I'm gonna set your place on fire. Let's get higher. I'm gonna set your place on fire.
So here's my review of Let's Get Higher. I'm going to absolutely butcher the pronunciation of the artist, so I'm just going to put some text on the screen. I'm going to start with vocals again, but obviously this is not the focus for this track. But the simplicity, just giving it that hook, that catchy line, and the way that the vocals build throughout the track really complements the song. And I will touch on it later, but obviously vocals are a very good way to give individuality and originality to a track, so it gets points there. Overall, the vocals could have maybe been a little bit cleaner and had a little bit more variation or harmonies on them or layers, so I'm going to give it a total of 6 out of 10. Moving on to the production and the mix, this is where the track really shines. You have a very clean distinction between the lows and the mids and the highs. So talking about the low end first, then you have your kick and your bass, and they are mixed quite precisely here. They do not clash with each other, and it leaves the low end without muddiness, which is good. The rest of the percussion is nicely panned. It gives that stereo image just simply by panning the shakers left and right. Really goes a long way to interesting the listener when they listen to this song. As the track builds, you lose a little bit of clarity, as I mentioned, in the vocals as the synths and other elements swell to the finale. Maybe this could have been just touched a little bit more to make sure that all the different pieces as they are introduced are heard clearly and they don't block out other layers of the track. So just touching on the vocals again, a lot of production has gone on to them to make them sound individual and artistic, which has been done very well here, so good production on that one. Overall, the production and the mix is the strongest part of the song, and I give it a 7 out of 10. Moving on to the arrangement and the instruments that are used, I like the old school vibes that the track gives off with the kit that it uses, and also the choice of synths. You have those synthetic strings and a very old school sounding sine lead. This is very good instrumentation and works very well for the atmosphere that it's trying to create here. The bass is interesting with the sliding and the portamento between notes. It comes in very strong at the start of the track and it continues throughout, so good job there on that one. Again, the synths build nicely and the strings come in, but with a genre like this and with the atmosphere the way it is, maybe some more variation in the synth would be good. You can use filters in a lot of creative ways to do this. Maybe that would be just an improvement to help move the energy of the song. Just touching on the arrangement and the drums a little bit more, the whole track goes from point A to point B, and throughout it is building the entire way. This is done very well with the synth and the vocals and their arrangement. I think the same could have been done with the drums. They stay very similar throughout. If we're building tension and we're building energy, why not start without the snare? Why not start with the shakers very quiet and very shimmery, and then build into these more harsher percussive sounds as the song progresses. Overall, I like the style and the instruments glue together very well, but maybe a little bit more could push the song further in the direction that I think it's trying to go in. So for the instrumentation and arrangement, I give it a 6 out of 10. As far as originality goes, I don't think this track is trying to break any boundaries in terms of what it does, but it's very effective at conveying a specific sound and a specific type of atmosphere. Listening to more from the artist, you can see a picture of the style building up just from this one track. So it's quite original, but it's not trying to do anything crazy. Obviously no video to go with this one, so no comment on there, no bonus points given. Overall, I give it a 6 out of 10. This one takes third place. There's no video to go this one, unfortunately, so no bonus points for it there. Overall, I give it a 6 out of 10.
I'm gonna set your place on fire. Let's get higher. I'm gonna set your place on fire.